I have done a review for Night Whisper before where I bought some blouses from them. Again, once they are a US based, essentially a Taobao reseller. They do also make a few items as well, and they are an official reseller for, I want to say, Infanta, and I can never think of the other company that they resell for, but I know there's two of them. And they are able to offer some plus size items, which is really great. I know a lot of people would rather just order direct from Taobao because they can get a lot better deal, and that's fine. As for me, I'm very lazy. I don't want to make a Taobao account. I don't want to. I hate making accounts, so I don't want to make a Taobao account just to shop there. And I know there's a lot of shopping services, but honestly, at the end of the day, after fees and everything, I feel like you're not really saving that much money or having that much of a difference between the cost of the item through Taobao and resellers or the cost of the item through a Taobao agent. So I do still like to shop with Night Whisper, especially because it was kind of a weird situation with these blouses. It's just called the Lolita Blouse, Hime Blouse, Victorian Inspired Blouse. And it's just very loose fitting, has a ruffled collar trim, has these very wide sleeves that aren't really gathered in at all. And I purchased them in white, gray, and black. Gray is a very tricky color. Sometimes you get like a really nice kind of smoky blue toned cool gray, and then sometimes you get like this very ugly green gray. It just depends on the fabric quality. So I wanted to just try it out and just to kind of see. And so when I ordered them, I ordered a double XL because I prefer things that are very loose fitting around my body. It's just, it's veteran fatty, like that's just kind of what I'm comfortable with. I don't like tight clothes, etc. And Night Whisper sent me a message and they were like, hey, we know you ordered it in this size, but you ordered an XL previously with this other blouse. Do you want to try the extra large? Like, what's your bust size? And I told them, well, my bust is around like 51, 52. And they were like, well, the XL will fit. And I was like, but I kind of want a double XL because I want that extra security and it's a lot longer. I like that it's a little bit longer of a blouse. And we kind of went back and forth where they were like, well, do you want to order a double XL and compare it to the XL and see? And I was like, just send me what I fucking want, please. Like, I was like, all right, I trust your judgment. Send me the XL. She sent me the XL and theoretically it fit. It technically fit. Like, it looked decent. The shoulders weren't too long because I have very narrow shoulders for the rest of my body. And so the shoulders weren't super long. The sleeve was nice and full, but it didn't look, elephantine. And, like the proportion was decent. However, the blouse ended basically just past my bust. So it was literally like a crop top blouse, and that's not something that I like. And it was also kind of tight. Like, I was kind of worried about ripping it if I raised my arms too high, so you can't do the YMCA. So I messaged her and I'm like, I want the double XL. And she said, well, are you sure? And I was like, yes, I'm sure. Like, I don't feel comfortable in this. Like, it fits. And she's like, the double XL is going to be huge, bro. And I was like, I know, but I want what I wanted. And she was like, do you want to order a double XL and just see how it fits? And I was like, no, just let me do a fucking exchange for the love of God. And I was starting to get kind of pissed off at this point. And I don't know how many messages you send via email with Etsy because I hadn't logged into my Etsy account to do all this. So it was just through email replies. But the formatting starts to get really fucky and it pushes everything down like really far. So we had to message back and forth, and then eventually her communication dropped off. And then I started to get kind of pissed because I was like, I'm still stuck with these blouses that I really don't like, and I'm worried that if I delay too long, she's going to close the return window on me, and I'm not going to be able to do anything. I'm going to be stuck with these blouses I'm not super happy with. And so finally, I kind of messaged her again, like, dude, I still want to return these. And so she was like, hey, I'm sorry, your message got lost, which is totally believable considering the email format. Like, it's wretched. And she said, all right, here's your return label thing. Let me know if it comes through okay. And it did. I printed it, sent them back to her in Missouri, and she sent me out the different size. And I tried them on, and immediately I see where her concern was, because they are huge. Like, the jump in size difference between the XL and the double XL it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. Like, where the XL did sit kind of nicely at my shoulder, the double XL, like, sits way down here. And I do have one that I haven't altered yet. Where the XL kind of stops right after my bust, the double XL will actually come down like below my natural waist, which is fine. That's what I prefer anyway. But it's really weird that it's such a massive jump. And the thing is, the body isn't much wider, but the blouse has gotten super long. So I'm not really sure what their qualifications are for that sizing, like what makes XL, what makes double XL. I don't know. It was super weird. It's a crazy jump. So what I've done instead, because I told her, I was like, I'm gonna be happy with it, it's fine. And then I got them and I was like, these are huge. But I already told her that's what I wanted. So what I've done instead is I've just altered the shoulders. I took a narrow piece of elastic and stitched it along the shoulder seam so that it will scrunch that fabric up and make it a lot shorter. And that way I don't have to sit and like unattach the entire sleeve from the arm side and recut it. I can just literally just boop, boop. It's 5 minutes, it's done, and it looks decent because it's meant to be kind of gathered and slouchy. And for the sleeves, because they just hang open. Also, it's labeled 4XL, so I assume whoever actually produces these blouses, their sizing is 4XL, and they're just calling it the American double XL. I don't know. So my black blouse didn't come with a bow. It's supposed to come with a little pin-on bow, but it's black. It's fine. So yeah, so as you can tell, like it's a super wide baggy sleeve, which that wasn't not shown in the pictures, so I only have myself to blame. So what I've done is I've also added a strip of elastic to the sleeve on the inside and just ran it through a top stitch while stretching the elastic against the material so that when the elastic shrinks back in on itself, it'll scrunch that material. And I think it just gives me a more flattering fit overall through the arm and through the shoulder. So that was kind of my plan anyway with them, was to do that. So it all got solved. I kind of get where she's coming from, and maybe if I order more blouses in that style from her, I would maybe consider, all right, she said XL, I'll do the XL. Like, she does have this really cute starry blouse. Damn it. I don't need a star pattern blouse, though. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just quit looking. Not terrible. Maybe I would listen to her next time and just stick with the XL. But I want to try and wear more skirts with Lolita and try to make things more casual. And I'm not confident enough where I'm going to go around with, my entire stomach hanging out. Like, I'm not there. I don't think I'll ever be there. It's just not who I am. Overall, it was resolved fine, and I really appreciate her time and trying to talk through everything with me and make sure that I'm happy, because I assume she's dealt with that a few times where people have ordered the double XL and then come back at her like, it's huge. Why did you send me this when it's so huge? But because she does have a blue one I kind of want. So we'll see. So now I'm going to try the Meta blouses on. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to walk away for a minute. I'm going to go try those on. I'm going to put them on. I will be back. Okay. So I am back, minus my Letterkenny realness. And the blouse mostly fits, which is really weird to me. Like, I'm still trying to cope with it. My bust is roughly 52 inches. Last I measured. I do have pretty thick upper arms, and I'm sorry for like just throwing on like a tank top underneath. I don't really have like a cute like white camisole top, because that just seems like, spitting in the eye of God to wear a camisole top when you're big busted. So Meta's figured some things out. Alright, the more I wear this, the more I actually really like it, and I'm kind of fucking excited. Meta added, the buttons are cheap. I hate the buttons. Meta, please, spend the extra 5 cents on buttons. I beg of you. So the sleeves are definitely tight. Like, if I feel like I could Hulk out, but maybe not. Like, it's just like, they're there. This is a doll blouse. You're meant to just stand still, keep your arms relaxed, not move. But Meta's figured some shit out. And so what they've done, and this is super clever, between the buttons, they have these little ties, and it's right where the elastic thread is, because it's not elastic channels. It's literally like an elastic stretch thread, which I've used before, and it's a pain in the ass. And so they've added that there, so you can tie it up, and there's no gaping. And what? I even still have a little bit of room, so if I sit down, things like that, I've got a little bit of breathing room underneath. Like, I can still pull on it a little bit. I wouldn't want to go much further than this. if you're not like me, where all of your plus size is in the front, if it's more evenly spread around your torso, you'll probably have an easier time. I can't get a good shot of the back. I don't know how to film my back. I'm sorry. The back, there's still plenty of room. I can feel. So I'm kind of in shock. Like, I do want to see if there's something that I can do here, because it's specific. Like, I can feel it. Aside from losing weight, that's not the helpful comment, all right? Because I can kind of feel it. It's tight through here. It's a little tight if I do this. If you are a tall person or have long arms, this blouse ain't it. And this isn't like a special plus size blouse either. This is a like standard size. And they were like, oh, it'll fit bust up to 60 or some shit. And I was like, and I was feeling spicy, and I had a couple beers, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. It's gonna be fine. And if not, I can resell them. So anyway, I might take the elastic out here, because this is part of the reason why I don't like fully shirred things, is because, like, yes, stare at my bosom. You end up with like these weird rows, and I think if I just took this row out, it would lay a little better and look a little better. I really like this blouse. Fuck, I kind of want to get the black one now, but at the same time it is... Oh no, I really like this blouse. Shit. I'm into it. I'm really into this. I'm love. If you're not plus size, you don't, I don't know. Yeah, the long arm, like, that's my only issue is arms. It just means I can't, like, you know, like, I'm not gonna Hulk out in it. And it's still, even when I do this, like, it's fine. It's fine. It's just a little tight, just around the arm, but it's not terrible. Like, I can still, it doesn't look great if I show you the guns, but it fits, and that's insane to me. I'm gonna try the burgundy on real quick. I'm having a moment. I'm feeling really emotional. Also, what's with everyone doing this style of collar all of a sudden? Like, we just gave up on cutting nice Peter Pan collars, and we're just like, fuck it. Just put a ruffle around the neck hole. They'll love it. We'll call it, you know, frilly Elizabethan K. I don't know. Meta is geniuses. And this is why, even though they've done some shit in the past, but they've solved the problem. They've solved the gaping problem by just adding ties to it. Why has no one thought of that before? Geniuses. Okay, I'm going to try the burgundy one on. I'm going to be right back. Okay, yeah, I think this red blouse may be my new favorite item, and I'm just wearing it with, I have like a tube top thing that I got from Torrid on a whim a while ago for like goth looks, like Aero goth looks. And yeah, I would wear a strapless bra. Like, you can see my bra that I'm wearing now. And obviously I would wear a strapless bra. But yeah, aside from like this being, like, you can see how the material is creasing along the fat of my bicep. So it is a little tight, but this is gorgeous. This is a really, like, I'm fucking hype about this. This is a gorgeous piece. It's very comfortable through here and here. It's mostly through here. It's still got some elastic in the back. So yeah, as long as you don't have like an issue with your arms, like my bicep area, they're, I believe, an 18. Let me see. Okay, so we're at about 17 inches. So if your bicep's bigger than that, I wouldn't do it. If this was cut for like a 14-inch wide shoulder, which again, I do have very narrow shoulders. If your shoulders are wider than that, like you have just broad swimmer shoulders, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't try it. But this is, I just feel really emotional about it right now, because this is the first time in a long time that I've dared to not only buy a brand new brand piece, but it's a blouse, which those are notoriously very tricky fits as a whole, mostly because of the arms, and that it fits. And like, I'm sitting down right now and it's comfortable. It's been pulling a little, I'm not gonna lie. It is, you know, like I probably wouldn't go much further than a 52 bust or honestly a 16-inch bicep or a 14-inch wide shoulder. I would be kind of mindful of those things. But, oh, like this is going to look really great with a lot of stuff. Oh, this is going to, oh, damn it. Now I kind of want to go back and buy the black one too. But I shouldn't. I have a black blouse already. So I shouldn't, because I keep buying black pinstripe fabric because I love it so much. So I don't need another one. This is, the color is gorgeous. It's just this deep, rich wine color, like very classic, beautiful, will go great in my wardrobe. The off-white, also very beautiful. It's a simple design, but it's executed and just brilliantly, and it's super beautiful. Like, yeah, is this elastic up here? No. So there is like a yoke piece here, and then it's cut across, so that's the yoke there, and then here's the arm side. So that's part of why it's so roomy, because of how the pattern itself was cut. But I'm super happy with this. It was a total impulse purchase. I knew I was taking a gamble, and I do not regret it at all. So yeah, goodbye on that. Good purchase, I should say. Alright, so now I'm going to try on the Night Whisper blouses. So, because I want to show you the difference between what I've done to alter the white one, and I've also done it to the black one, but the white one obviously will show up better on camera, and the gray one, which I have not touched yet, so you can see the difference. So bear with me for a minute. So this is the gray blouse from Night Whisper, which I haven't altered it at all, and this is the double XL. So the XL ended right at my bust, and I'm just gonna stand up a little so you can see. This is way longer. It's not necessarily wider, but it's way longer. Like, this is crazy. So the XL stopped here, and you're welcome that I put on a tank top. It's not even in frame. That's how much longer it is. There's a little wrinkle. It's fine. It'll iron out. But also as a consequence, you can see, like, so see the shoulders are super wide. Like, here is my armpit, and here is basically where my strap sits for my bra. So if I pull it up, like, it's a lot better, kind of. And then you can see, like, just how wide this frill sits, which again, that was advertised, so it's not like I didn't know. So it does sit, it's very voluminous, it's kind of nice, kind of a, you know, airy, I guess. It's just way longer than the XL. Like, I don't get why they literally made it like 2 or 3 times as long. Probably only twice, but still, like, it's super long comparatively. So yeah, it's crazy long. So again, like, got my bat wings. So I'm going to switch real quick into the white one, which again, I have altered. So I will show you the difference. So here's where we are. Looks ridiculous. I look like a moo-moo clown. I don't know. So you can see right away. So I've added the strip of elastic up here. So you can see it kind of brings that sleeve way in. But it still has kind of a nice fluff to it. It's very cute, very feminine. And then the shoulder, and I'm going to get real close to you. You can see it's very puckered and gathered. And so I've just taken literally like just a 2-inch piece of elastic, very small, stretched it along that shoulder seam, and then top stitched it into place. And then when the elastic snapped back into position, it scrunches up that shoulder seam, brings it in. It's a super easy fix. Theoretically, yes, I should do it the proper way where, you know, take the whole thing apart and reset the arm side, trim the arm side down to fit, and then reset the sleeve. No, it's serged. It's a pain in the ass. I don't want to do it. Theoretically, I could just like pin a little bit, I guess, and just go on the serger and just like run another stitch. I just don't want to. I don't want to do it. I don't have time. So, but yeah, so that quick fix, and then, you know, if I pair it with a cute dress or something, that'll make a lot of difference too, because it'll hide a lot of the errors. So would I buy this Night Whisper blouse? I am considering getting a couple more colors, maybe a pink, maybe a blue, because she does have a bunch of pastel colors, so they're super great for that. I would maybe risk it with the XL. I don't know. I didn't like the length on the XL, and it just blows my mind that the double XL is way longer. So The Meta blouses, I'm still a little shook. Yes, they are. It's funny, these blouses are giving me opposite problems. Like, this one is just, like, way too big through here, because it was gonna be, because of my body shape. And then the Meta blouses are just, like, they're a little tight. Like, I'm a little worried about stressing the seams, so that's why I don't plan on doing a lot of, like, arm wrestling contests in them. But still, overall, that lace thing to just keep the bust from gaping is the smartest fucking thing anyone's thought of in, like, years. Like, see, I hate the buttons on the Meta blouse still, because they're just cheap. They did give me an extra, so that's awesome, but I still hate them because they're just plastic. Like, they match perfectly, but they're just, like, plastic. Like, they look like the ones where you get, like, 6 on a strip for $1 at Joann's. Like, they're just, like, budget buttons. So I do kind of wish maybe even if they'd had a little bit of extra fabric, like use some of the scraps or the remnants or whatever, and then do a covered button with that same stripe, because on the one I've made, that's what I did, is I literally just took some of the excess fabric, and I believe I put, like, some black fabric, like solid fabric, under it to kind of help hide the cover button head, and then I just made custom buttons that would match perfectly because I wanted it to look very nice and to match the blouse. Wait, did I? I feel like I did that. Oh god, maybe I didn't. Hold on. Oh, no. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Okay. No. No. Ha! I did make cover buttons. And you know what I did? I didn't use black. What I actually did was I used, like, a nude, so like a flesh tone, so that you would still get that subtle stripe detail on there. So that's what I did for this blouse that I made, which is quite similar in style to the Meta ones, but it just doesn't have elastic running across the tits because that's not flattering on anyone. So that's how I chose to do it. All right, I'm tired. I hope you liked this, again, you know, probably a super long video. Thank you for the collaboration idea. Lolita Fashion YouTubers for constantly putting up. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the reviews. Hope it gave you a little bit of insight. I also hope that you sort of enjoyed the earlier part where I just talked about various items from my wardrobe, which is always sort of fun to do. Thank you to Lolita Fashion YouTubers for having the collaboration idea and for posting it as an event. Hopefully now I get this edited in time to have it uploaded by the 24th so it can get into the, I'm gonna call it a web ring, and I don't think kids know what that is anymore. But the playlist, that's what YouTube calls it. They call it the playlist. I'm happy with my blouses. I'm gonna alter that last gray one from Night Whisper to just bring it in a little bit